Welcome to Antenna by Panda. Today I will be testing this 4-element UHF Yagi designed for 406 MHz to 412 MHz. This is centered at 409.360 MHz. So let's check the individual frequency response on the N1201SA antenna analyzer. After that, we will be comparing the frequency response of this antenna on the NanoVNA. So this is centered at 409.360. So the SWR on the frequency is 1.053. So let's check the other frequencies. Going down to 406. So at exactly 409, this is 1.1. Let's go back to that. So going down to 408, it's 1.38. 407 is 1.6. 406 is 1.9. And 405 is exactly 2:1 SWR. So let's go up. 409 again is 1.1. Going to 410 is 1.2. 411 is 1.5 and 412 is 1.79. So let's check the VSWR curve of this antenna on the N1201SA. So as we can see here, we have from the bottom of the antenna analyzer, the frequency sweep is from 406 to 412 megahertz. The center frequency is 409.360 at 1.05. So let's check the return loss of this antenna, or the S11. So that's the S11 at 31.44 dB. And the antenna impedance at 48.83 ohms. So that's the frequency response of our antenna, Yagi antenna for Elements for 406 to 412 megahertz. Let's see again the VSWR curve. Let's go back to that. So VSWR curve, as we can see, is a perfect V shape. So let's compare that to our NanoVNA connected to the computer. So at this point, I have now connected the antenna to the NanoVNA connected to my computer, and I will be using the screen capture of my computer to record the frequency analysis. So this is the NanoVNA connected to my computer. So let's turn on the device and let's see the display. As we can see, we have the display. We don't have the display yet. We have to connect the NanoVNA. So we need to rescan. So it's showing us COM4, and let's connect directly to the NanoVNA now. From this point forward, as we can see, we have the frequency display on the screen, and we have the NanoVNA display. From this point forward, I will be using the screen capture of my computer so that our display would be much clearer. So let's change the frequency sweep from 406 megahertz to 412 megahertz. That's our frequency sweep. So let's set the sweep settings for this analysis to average 3 sweep. Then it will be averaged by the software directly. So let's close that and let's start the frequency sweep and see what would happen on the screen display. So as we can see, we have the screen display now. We have the S11 Smith chart, S11 VSWR, S11 return loss, and S11 quality factor. So let's use the marker to set our frequency. So let's check the center frequency and use the red marker. So let's move that to 409.360. As we can see on the red marker on the VSWR card, the impedance on that point from 409.360 megahertz is 48.58 at 1.04 SWR. Let's set the lowest frequency, which is 406, using the blue marker. So I will be clicking it now. So it's 406 megahertz. Impedance on that point is 27.815 ohms. Return loss is minus 10 dB at the BSWR of 1.912. Let's set now the green marker to the end of the band, which is 412 megahertz. So 412 megahertz impedance is 36.176 ohms. Return loss is 10.991 dB with BSWR of 1.78. As we can see here, we have the VSWR curve. As we can see on the curve, it's very similar to the display shown on the N1201SA with almost the same readout, 1.045 on NanoVNA. If we round that up, that is equal to 1.05 as well, with return loss of minus 33.189 dB. So as we can see, the frequency analysis of this antenna is very similar to N1201SA antenna analyzer. So that's it, and thank you for watching.